Well, I started this video series. I thought the rest of the stuff would be here in a week. So I went through all the the background that I researched. And I'm assuming it's because of the Canada Post strike. But the batch that was coming, I got 20 sales and the other 100 were missing. So I got a refund for those 100, but then I had to reorder. Finally, I've got them. See, there's 100 sales here. And another 100 here. I need 182 to make this battery. The disclaimer for if you're planning on making your own batteries. These are dangerous goods. They can catch a fire if you do something wrong. So make sure you've got all your knowledge right and you know what you're doing before you start. Videos I'm making are to hopefully put the information that I'm learning in that I've struggled over the past year to find. I'm putting that in a series, so don't just watch this video, watch the entire series if you plan on building your own battery. Turn on the light. So there's my bike. I'll tip this up so that you can see it. So I was looking at it online before I actually bought it, and I said I could put extra battery space in there. Now the battery that comes with it goes down right here, and that was my original intention. But then I got it and I said, well, I need a back rack. And I was making this back rack out of some bed frames, like this. And then I got it on there and I was looking at it. I said, you know what? That's an excellent spot to put a battery. Now what I'll do, the battery is going to go along under here. So when I get the battery made, I'll finish this rack so that there's a space to slide the battery in. This was the bottom part I started, but now I might make another one because I've got that sheet metal that I might be able to make it better. But this is the size. So it's 13 millimeters across that way. If my memory serves me correctly, 13 centimeters I mean. You see, it's bowed out a little bit, so it says almost 13 and a half, but 13 centimeters that way, and then it's 52 centimeters that way. That's the space I have to put this battery. So I went into Adobe Photoshop and I drew up the exact dimensions. So this outside part here, this is the shape of that back rack. And those circles, they represent battery cells. So I found that I could put just over 182 battery cells in the space that I have to make my battery. You divide that by 13 because we need 13 series. We end up with 14 cells per parallel set. And that's what these red lines are for. So the rectangular ones, I go up, see it's 7 and 7. I've got 11 of those. And then I had to put these in at the end. They're basically the same, but I got this one here and this one over here, which is a little bit different. You see, what I try to do is cut right down the center, and the hacksaw is narrow enough that it's not very thick, but I do have a full piece on both of them. It's still solid all the way across. Once we get these together, they're a little difficult to take apart, so I put some batteries in there like that. Like that. So these come as 6, and I think the next size up is 10. So I'll take the one that I cut and I'll clip it together like that, and then I'll take another full one, clip it together there, and now I got this space down here. Take another one of the ones I've got cut, put that in. Now I got 7 and 7, 14. I've made these 7 and 7, so I have 11 of these, well, 22 actually, because one for the top and one for the bottom, right? So 11 pairs. I've got made of those, and now I'm going to have to put together the pairs for to do those end pieces. Thought I had one that was just 3 remaining. Oh yeah, it's right here. So the battery cells, I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 4, and 3. So just like that. Now I've got to make one opposite to that to go on the pair, and 2 for the other end, a pair for the other end. You see how I do it? I got this, the thick part is down, the battery will go in and set against that like that. So now I need to make one that's up the other way. Take your 6, turn it up the other way. 4 and 3, and that matches that one. Okay. So there's the final layout the battery is going to be. Certainly I guess I need these, eh? So now I took my multimeter and I measured these. Every one of them is 4.0 something volts. You should make sure that they are within 0.1 of a volt of each other, before you put the battery together, because when you put your connections on, you're going to cross out and then you get a rush of energy from one cell to the other, which could damage the cell. Now they have tested these. They didn't explode when they tried that, but you will probably the integrity of the internal components and they won't last as long. So now we can put all of these parallel pairs together. There, I have one parallel set. What I have to remember is that this next parallel set needs to go with the negative in the bottom. Because they sit together this way. And then I'm going to have to make it, the center two rows there, make a connection between those two center rows to make my series connection. So I need to make, there was 11, so 5 one way and 6 the other, right? Now, I wanted to start out with a negative on top here. So now I need positive, negative, positive, negative, positive, negative, positive, negative, positive. Negative, and the last one of these is supposed to be positive. Plus, now plus minus n, negative x. Interesting. That's negative x on both sides. There's the battery cells all positioned. Now to put the electrical connections on there. Just in case somebody noticed, I want to point out that when I done these, I counted 4 for the middle, and it's supposed to be 5. So It actually looks like this. You see, I got one more in the center there, as opposed to what I had in the beginning. So for each pair, we have 14 batteries there. We can take the energy out of each battery cell at a rate of 8 amps. All of that energy will collect into this nickel strip. I've got this connected now. This was a thing took me a long time to find the capacity of this nickel strip, because it's all right to say I can get 8 amps out of each cell. So that would be 8 times 14, 112 amps. Now I got 8 amps coming out of here. It goes across this strip. Then 8 amps come across out of this cell. Now I've got 16 amps going here. 8 out of this one. I'd have 24 amps, 32, and so on. And let's say I've got a load coming down here. Well, I'm not overdrawing on the cells, but as I go down, this is getting more and more current in this nickel strip. Now, if you do a search for battery nickel strip amp rating, of course that's some sale there, but when you go further down, you see what I have is the 0.15 millimeter by 7 millimeter. Optimal is less than 4.7 amps. Acceptable is 7 amps. And you can see that the 0.2 millimeter by 7 millimeter is 6.4 amps. Acceptable up to 9.6 amps. So, like I say, if I were to draw from one end of this battery 112 amps, I would have to put a second layer on like that, a third layer goes down the next one, a fourth layer, fifth layer, sixth layer, and seventh layer. It would take 7 layers of this nickel strip to handle 112 amps. Otherwise, of course, the nickel strip overheats. That heat gets transferred to the battery cell, and then you've got a fire. I need to order some more. I've got enough strips here to finish the parallel sets. I don't have it for the series connections, so I'm going to just finish my parallel connections, and I need to order some. The strips shouldn't take long to come. I'll order some more to do the series connections. good to do at least 2 welds, so you end up with 4 spots for each cell. Here you go, you can see the 4 spots that's on each cell. Got the pack here. Because it's a footrest thing, I can line them off, and I'll do this real time so you see how long it takes to do one pack. See, that one part wasn't all the way down and I just burned a hole. Oh, won't be that way. So this is the first time that happened. I was just trying to do it too fast. It has a capacitor in it, you see, and if you try to do it too fast, then the capacitor don't have the time to recharge. So you have to take your time. That's that side done, and I had to flip it over. that. Now I've got it on that side and on that side. And this one, well, it's the first time that happened to me. There. I have this little piece, which was the end of where I was cutting them from before. And then I need to get a second one. Since that's sticking out here, I'm going to have to cut that something like that, so it fits there properly. One more to go. checking to see. Seemed like one was moving, but it's not now. We have all of our parallel sets made, and that is it for this portion of the battery build. Thank you for watching, and in the next one we'll do our series connections.